taken advantage of, what I find. So, but
that's very true.
Yeah, and and it's unfortunate that the people in charge of it, their priorities are different from mine, and I don't think they utilize the material I gave them the way I think they should have utilized it. Because they've been trying to make it like a personal campaign against me. Of course, I guess they have a lot to gain by getting me out of the picture, but still, it's just... And it's so obvious that they're going to take advantage of the fact that I don't know about this, I don't have any control over it. And, of course, they're going to abuse it for their own gain. Make themselves look good, make me look bad, get public approval for whatever they want to just fucking do. Probably promising the public that they would somehow benefit too, which is total bullshit.
So it's almost like a double lack of control. One, you didn't sign on and agree to being a part of the show in the first place, and then secondly, they're not even going with what you feel like could be your strengths or where you would want them to focus.
No, because I'm not just a visual artist, you know. I'm also, I think I'm kind of like a performance artist or a concept artist, you know. And obviously my conception of what they could have did with this material is like way different, 180 degrees or 80 degrees, whatever, different from what they decided to do with it. They're using it, of course, they always pander to the lowest common denominator, right? Because that's where the money is. And then just propagandize it to push their own agenda too, which is fine, but they don't have to do it like in a way that, like, you know, we got to get rid of this guy because this is the guy who's like standing in everybody's way. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm just like, who was I before you found me? I was a little kid doing little kid stuff. Okay, you made me into this fucking thing. If I'm some kind of scary bogeyman now, it's nothing that I did. It's you guys. But they don't take any responsibility for anything they do. They put it all on me, and they can get away with it because people don't think beyond what presentation is. And I got to live with the consequences. I'm just hoping that they really should stop this at some point. But if I don't have any legal way of saying stop it now and cough up the dough, I don't see them ever putting the brakes on voluntarily because they haven't displayed that kind of that kind of ethics so far. You know, they just do whatever they can get away with, and they're getting away with murder, literally getting away with murder.
I don't know if this is too simplified or not, but I'm actually just curious if you don't mind kind of talking to me about it. So, you know, with celebrities, especially actors that are playing a role or get typecasted into a certain role that is particularly negative or loathsome, really, and then when they have to walk into the public and they're treated negatively because of their roles, how do you feel like you can, I don't know, still move forward? Because in that light, that's where you're at, right? I mean, you are a character that, unfortunately, you have no control over the parts that you play, and you don't get to stop whenever you want. So how do you still continue to move forward in society?
Well, I obviously do, because I don't have any choice other than to do that, because I'm not just going to, like, just crawl into a corner and shrivel up into nothing, you know?
But do you fight against the image that has been portrayed of you, or do you show the image that you know that yourself to be?
I try to I usually just try to be myself, but I don't think it does any. People aren't going to say, like, wow, that guy let that old lady cut in front of him in line. Maybe he's not such a bad guy. They don't think that way. It's like, oh, he's just doing that because he knows we're watching or something. So it's kind of a lost cause. Once they make up their mind, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean I don't. It doesn't mean I do.
No way to fight around that.
I mean, I try, of course. But how do professional celebrities who actually have control of their own careers do it? They have a team of people working to help them create that image. It's not something you can just like decide, I'm going to go out there and start being a swell guy I am today, because if they already have this idea that you're this other character, you're going to be that character, and if they see you do something contrary to that, it's like, oh, he's crafty, he's trying to trick us, that's what he's trying to do. So what are you going to do, you know?
Oh, well, so that team that would work with that person, what would their role be? What are they doing?
I've never worked in that business, but there's a whole line of there's agencies specifically geared towards doing that for celebrities. Every time you see a celebrity's name in the paper, like, oh, so and so, like, saved a baby from a burning building. It's just what, you know what I mean? It's like that is planted there by these people, which I think
you have this PR team.
Yeah, PR team, right?
And makes these
or put spins on things or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that I approve of really super deceptive stuff they do, but you can certainly use a few pointers and guidance from professionals who know about this kind of thing, Because what do I know about it? I mean, I didn't choose to go into this business. I didn't study it beforehand. I just woke up one day and found myself in the middle of it after it'd gone bad, It's crazy.
So, I know, again, probably too simple to even suggest it, but what if you were your own PR team? I understand that you don't know exactly what that entails and how you would do that, but if you were to do different things that allows you to recreate your image to the public.
I tried, like I told you, last time I tried to get volunteer work, they wouldn't take me. Probably thinking like, oh, with the patients see this guy, they're gonna freak out. We can't have him hurt or something like that. You know what I mean? Once it gets like this, it's almost impossible to break out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. They always give me dumb excuses like, well, you're not taking volunteers right now. It's like, why? Oh, cutbacks. I'm like, but I'm working for free. What are you talking about cutbacks? So that got pretty disheartening really fast. So it's not as easy as you might think. It's difficult.
Yeah, I was just thinking because, I mean, like you were saying, I mean, if there are all of these people that are portrayed in this way, there's got to be some form of a way to fight back. But,
well, if you got a lot of money, you could probably start like a campaign or something like that, and hire people to put your name in the paper in a positive light and spread human interest stories and make you look like a swell guy out there and everything like that. And sometimes that works. Sometimes if you're really a nasty person in real life, it doesn't really work. Not with everybody, of course. Like, who's that guy? Was that Downey Jr. or whatever, who's kept getting in trouble with drugs all the time? Then he had a shootout with the police or something like that. It's like, how do you come back from that? He had a shootout with the police over a drug thing. It's like, that's obviously not a good guy. But not everybody hates him. So what are you going to do?
And there are a handful of people like that that most definitely their behaviors are abhorrent, but yet somehow the public can still find a way to turn their thoughts around with him.
Yeah, and it's like I think another thing like I got caught up in playing this part. It's like, to be perfectly honest, my real life is boring as hell. Last time I was checking into this thing, apparently they have some kind of like live camera feed on their website showing me in my house like 24 hours a day. Can't people just watch that and say, this is obviously the real me? Because all they see me doing all the time, night and day, sitting in bed, reading, sitting in bed, drawing, sitting in bed, writing, making dinner, sometimes cleaning up, well, not as often as I should, and they can, but still they believe these segments they put together about all the crazy, terrible, awful, out of control stuff I did, and all the time I was shooting drugs and running around with loose women or guys or whatever the hell, and it's like it's obviously contrived bullshit. But but we're talking about, again, the lowest common denominator. So what do you expect? It's just. I know. So my own life really is tediously and dreadfully dull, and so there's certainly attractive to be a fictional character, especially a villain, because villains are always more interesting. Like when you think about Spider-Man, Spider-Man's boring. Who cares about Spider-Man? You want to hear the Green Goblin or Dr. Octopus or something like that. Those are the cool guys, right? And it's the same with the bad guys, But the thing is, though, it's like it's kind of mixing reality and fantasy together like that. There's, it's like, because you're going to play this character, that means you're going to actually get in touch or mixed up with other characters who aren't necessarily playing a character. Although in my case, they're all playing a character, because everybody who talks to me works for these people. I mean, that's an obvious fact. I'm sure I'm surprised nobody's picked up on, because everybody knows about this thing. No one's going to accidentally get involved with me doing any kind of shady stuff, unless they have an IQ of like 10 or something like that. So, it's obvious that even the people I know aren't like real. They're all fake people too. But apparently, people overlook this fact because the fantasy is so attractive, I suppose. But you get involved with people, and even if they're playing, it creates like a whole medications kind of. It creates a whole vibe or situation, I guess. You know what I mean? A mental situation. Puts you in a sort of a different mental prison. But anyway, but the thing is, like, realistically, it's like I'm not even involved with anything at all. Not even, let alone controversial, anything interesting. I think I stopped blogging at least 3 years ago, maybe as long as 5. I lose track.
Okay.
And I haven't done speed in like, what was I stopped like 2013 or 2012. So that since then, and
why did you stop?
It's expensive for one thing, and I always got ripped off, and I like getting involved with shady CDT people though. Got no problems about getting involved in their nonsense too. So there's a lot of advantages to not doing it. Of course, the one advantage to doing it, that feeling that you get, and again, it's like because my regular life is so dreadfully dull that something like that is also very appealing too, because it's not dreadfully dull. If anything, it's not dull.
What do you feel like doing that? What does it give you? Like, what is exciting about it to you?
Well,
what was?
I just draw pictures for like literally days at a time, which is something I like doing. As there's stuff there's stuff to it, but the only problem is when you do it all the time. When I first started doing this stuff, I did like really, really great pictures, but then after I'd been doing it for like about a year and stuff like that, the pictures got like really, really, really bad. They got really, really bad. So
the quality, the content, what was it?
Both. Of course, the quality was what bothered me the most. I mean, they're really, really crappy, amateur-y looking, scribbly, just nonsense, just junk. I guess some people might like that kind of thing. I don't know. I wasn't proud of it. The subject matter was another thing because, see, Dana always got people to get involved with me for her own reasons. And one of the things she did was she would get me involved with these strange people, and they would want me to draw these things that I don't normally draw, but they were into this stuff I draw. So kind of like either like a commission or just like because someone's hanging out with you, you want to have some kind of, so you draw something just that they want to see, as kind of part of the relationship or something like that. So they had me draw like a lot of really weird stuff, and I bet you anything they show that stuff on the show, like this is the kind of stuff he likes to draw people. They're a weirdo, I was like, no, I drew because they want me, but again, it's like once your character's been assassinated, you can't pull a Lazarus. You're pretty much down for the count, and they'll believe anything after that, apparently. But yeah, so I drew some like really raunchy stuff, which I normally wouldn't draw at the behest of other people. But if you're doing commercial art, that goes with the territory, especially these days, But they don't, they don't give me the benefit of the doubt because I'm the bad guy here, you see. And it's great. Like it would be great if you could like play the bad guy and then go home, clock out, and go home and live a normal life. But you can't clock out. It's like you're on the clock all the time. No one will let you clock out. It's like a full-time. It's like you're on salary or something, I guess. It's not you're an hourly wage slave. Of course, I haven't been paid a penny yet, which is the part that really bothers me more than anything else. They throw money around. They pay people money to spy on me, to go through my trash, pay people money to give them dirt on me, to influence me, to get me to do stuff. They paid people to hide cameras in their property to get me on film. But they haven't given me a cent. How long has it been? How many decades have I been being exploited by these people? Haven't given me a bloody thing. They probably think like, because they'll have like these friends of mine like spend money on me, and they probably think that's some way of beating karma or something like that, like they're actually giving me something. But that doesn't make up for what they've taken. Having someone buy me a piece of furniture or take me on a vacation or something like that doesn't make up for the fact that you've basically stolen my life from me and are squeezing every goddamn little bit of value out of it and not giving me anything in return. I mean, but I don't know. They got their own strange kind of occult, esoteric things they do. I notice. And they probably feel that they've actually settled their karmic debt to me by having somebody buy me a couch or something like that. Ridiculous. But so yeah. So but yeah. So yeah. That's all. And I mean, I know they don't want to make me. They don't want to make me look like an anti-hero or just like a flawed character. They got to make me like totally like wicked and evil. I remember back in high school, I got this from 3 different people, so I'm sure it was something they must saw on the show. People said, looking at my picture, go like, all I see here is death and killing. Like 2 people used those exact words, and another person said that, but not those exact words. So it happened all at the same time, which is kind of suspicious. They didn't know each other, you know. And I think the pictures, like, there wasn't any death and killing. The pictures, there was a lot of activity, you know, because you want your picture to be interesting. You put a lot of activity in it, but no one's getting killed. There wasn't no one's getting hit or anything. What are they talking about, death and killing?
Who did you say you showed it to?
People back when I was in high school, just various teenagers, and yeah, there was.
Can I ask, why do you think that they saw that or said that?
I think that they must have saw on the TV show. They said that, and I noticed that people they pick up the phrases they hear in the media and they just like repeat them mindlessly out, like they thought of it or something like that. Okay. And they always.
I'm glad that you said that, because part of me is thinking there's definitely an alternative explanation to that. And I mean, maybe not what it was, but to know, especially a high school person who, like we talk about a lot of adults right now who are mindless about TV, they really get sucked in and are not putting any thought around what they're hearing or what they're seeing, and it's just this set standard of what it is. Like, if it looks a little on the dark side, then it must be killing and death, rather than really using their minds to process what they're seeing.
No, it's crazy. So yeah, so this whole thing is like, it's like, you think about the media, especially in the 21st century. It's probably the most powerful and destructive force in history, and to focus all that on, like, I'm just one little person who doesn't even have any connections or money or anything like that. They're focusing it on me and making me into the bad guy. They've been working on it for a long time. I told you about it last time. I told you about my sister. I think my grandfather said some stuff, and it's like, why would they be leading me into this if I know everybody's watching everything I'm fucking doing? I was obviously set up, I think, because it's not something you accidentally just, you know. And I don't know. It's like sometimes I think, I don't know. It's well, she's definitely doing a lot of. She's using a lot of tropes. I know Dana's using a lot of tropes in this show. I mean, she's got all the tropes. You notice in the media has stereotypes for every kind of person, right? They got a stereotype of like say racist.